Welcome back to The Edge. Time for our Game Time segment tonight. And winter sports now heading into championship mode. Our prep expert, Doug Ritchay, also in championship mode tonight.
Trying to be a champ. You know, hopefully we crown some champions in the next month or so. But brackets are all out now for all our sports, and going to have a lot of fun this next month. It's a lot of good things.
It's like the sign that we tap every time we go outside the Fox 11 Sports office. Play like a champion.
That's right.
Report like a champion.
That's right.
Cover it like a champion. Well, this week boys basketball getting their regional play going, and today girls all found out their fate starting the next week. We've got some top seeds from our area, but only one in Division I, Doug, the lone top seed from our area. A team that's been fantastic since Christmas. That's De Pere. Yeah,
De Pere hasn't lost this calendar year, and they might not lose for a while. Hopefully for Kelly McNiff and her team's sake, they never lose. But they've played so well. I've seen them since then. Defense has turned it up, and they can still score with it.
Well, this is really a case of a team that kind of got themselves figured out partway through the first part of that season and has really gotten on that roll.
Yeah, I saw them early, and I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with this team. Saw them a couple weeks ago. There's nothing wrong with this team. They got all the answers now, and they're going to make a deep run.
Well, their defense has been great. They've been shooting very, very well. I mean, those are the hallmarks of a really solid girls basketball team. Let's take a look now at then Divisions 1 and 2. De Pere number in Division 1. Notre Dame and New London in Division 2. New London continuing their great run this year.
Yeah, New London's got a bagel there in the loss column, and I think they're going to be in Madison. Notre Dame's got a chance to be in Madison, too.
Wow, that'd be great to see a couple of different teams from our area in Madison. That's always a lot of fun. In Division 3, Freedom and Brilliant in Division 3. Both those two teams having such great seasons.
Yep, and then Freedom's, they're classic in the postseason. They know how to get it done. They do have FBL and Xavier to maneuver over, though. That's going to be interesting. Brilliant good. Kylie Moxley, she knows how to play.
She certainly does. Now, Algoma gets a top seed, even though Taylor Schmidt is out. Are you surprised with that top seed at all?
Yes and no. The injury, it does not help them, but I think because they played in a better conference than Oshkosh Lords, they get the #1 seed. But you know what? It doesn't matter. They will meet each other, and then they can decide who should have got the top seed.
And that's why you have a tournament, and not just.
Exactly.
That's why the Fox 11 top 11 doesn't decide the state winners.
Although I'm always right.
Oh, exactly. That's true. All right, regular season play not quite done yet, as some conference titles for the girls still yet to be decided, but Appleton East kind of went a ways in beating Kimberly in our game of the week this week, taking a 2-game lead in that conference.
Appleton East is playing really well. They played well all year. They're one of these teams, if you don't know them going into the postseason, you get them, you don't know what you're in for, you're not going to like it. They play great defense. One of our favorite players, Marissa Mikulkevich, her last name, 13 letters long, and she's a good player.
Good post-up player, gets to the side, nice passing, good defense. Again, those are the hallmarks of a really good team. Should they have been a top seed?
They could have been. Stevens Point only had 1 loss. So again, I'm talking about seeds. If the seeds hold out, they can decide who should have got the 1.
Yeah, and that's,
I like East
again, that's why we play them. All right, well, Green Bay Preble opens up their postseason for the girls a week from Friday. They will take on Bayport in their first game of the postseason. But this past Monday at Kiel, Green Bay Preble's Kenzie Pertut replaced Tricia Abel as the top scoring girls basketball player in Green Bay Metro history.
And with 1,560 points, Pertut is simply the best in terms of scoring. A day after becoming the area's top scorer in girls basketball history, the smile couldn't be wiped off Kenzie Pertut's face.
Really happy, mostly just, it felt good, like just, I don't even know how to explain it, I just wanted to like smile. I don't know, it's just fun, happy.
Entering Monday, Pertut needed 29 points to break the record, but she did better than that, scoring 33. Putting the Pertumeter at 1,516 points.
I knew I was close. I knew I could get it. I didn't think I was going to. I knew I was up there, but I got it.
Pertut got the record because a Michigan Tech recruit can hurt defenses in many ways.
She can shoot from the outside, she can drive and score, and she's also a great free throw shooter. She just creates things, she creates space and does a lot of great things that way.
Pertut didn't know exactly how close she was to the record during Monday's game, but the coaches did. They drew up a 3-point shot for her, and as they say, the rest is history.
We run that play a lot, so I was just like, all right, just like normal, and I shot it. It was like the ugliest shot in the world, and it went in, so I mean, I was happy. I didn't realize that was going to be the shot that got it until everyone was up cheering.
The game was then stopped to acknowledge Pertut's in a class by herself. Nobody can argue that now.
Very classy and knowledgeable of Kiel to stop the game and allow her to be honored in that way, not even in her home gym.
Yeah, and they're a non-conference team, so it's not like they completely knew what was going on. But Kenzie, a great kid, very humble. I've covered a lot of really, really good players. She might be the humblest kid I've ever seen, and a great player. And couldn't be more happy for a girl like that who now gets Bayport in the postseason.
That's going to be a tough one. That'll be a great. That's a great first matchup for both those two teams. Let's move on to boys basketball now. Just a couple of days away from the start of regionals. However, some conferences still had to be decided over the weekend. Now, our game of the week, it ended up not having a lot of conference implications, although they polked very well out there in Seymour. Hortonville beat West Pier earlier in the week, but Seymour Thunder able to they beat the Phantoms in Seymour. They sealed up that conference.
Yeah, and Seymour didn't know it during the game, but they had clinched it no matter what because of a loss by Luxembourg Casco. So all of a sudden, Seymour wins this thing by 2 games going away. And I'll tell you what, these guys are young, and they won the Bay this year. Good luck next couple years, people.
We did a story at the beginning of the year that this was not the year for Seymour.
Yeah.
That this was going to be the rebuilding year for Seymour. And as for the boys regionals, they start, of course, on Tuesday. They finished their regular season up. They crowned some champions as well. We talk about them winning the Bay, but here are the other conferences and teams who won their conferences. De Pere with the FRCC win. Kaukauna winning the FVA, Seymour winning the Bay, Little Chute the Eastern Valley, and NEW Lutheran and Sturgeon Bay sharing the Pac-A-Land.
Yeah, 2 really good teams there. Like both their chances in the postseason.
All these teams I like in the postseason as well.
Yeah, they're all really good teams. Not really big surprises here. These teams know how to win.
Yeah, in the Olympian, Brilliant, and Wrightstown, both doing really well there. The Flyway Omro, Oshkosh Lords and Trailways North, Bondwell in the Central Wisconsin 8, and Peshtigo in the Marinette and O'Connor. So congratulations to all the conference champions. Well, let's talk a little bit more about regionals, Doug. And we talked about Seymour before. They've got a great bracket. That bracket's going to be really jam-packed.
Yeah, you're talking number 1, Kaukauna, number 2, Pulaski, number 3, Seymour, and only one of them gets out of regionals. Seen them all play this year. They're all really good. It's going to be a really fun weekend because Pulaski and Seymour probably hit each other, although Schwaben doesn't like me saying that. And then the winner gets Kaukauna on Saturday at Kaukauna. It's a great bracket.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see these great teams. It's a shame they have to all play so early, but Seymour is a 3 seed. I mean, that we said last week. That's going to be interesting to see. For some teams like Seymour, though, tournament time, that's really where they are planning to set their sights on Madison.
The 1 and the 2 seeds, Kaukauna and Pulaski, are really. Those are nice teams, and they're loaded with seniors and strong kids, and heavily favored. But I would say 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7. Those teams are kind of all in the mix and capable if they put together a good game. I hope that we're to the point where we're at least dangerous. So we're excited, and we aren't giving anything away. We're going to play to win.
Yeah, almost top to bottom is real solid bracket in there.
Seymour is going to be fun to watch. They're young, but sometimes that's a good thing.
Yeah, state team wrestling is next weekend in Madison, but this past weekend, individual state titleists were crowned. We had almost 24 wrestlers in the finals from our area. Great showing from our area for sure. Is down in Madison. They had the multi-mat meet. Here's some of our champions starting Division 320 pounds. Austin Lewis of Oshkosh Lords. That was his best move, I think, in the match.
He's got to get a new last name, though. He didn't lose.
No, exactly. Got a 5-3 decision, style points there. Keegan Greenwich of Hortonville. Also, I love the reactions of these guys. They put in so much work for all of these. Robert Lee of Kaukauna, also a champion as well. Here's a list of all the champions from our area. As you can see in Division 1, we talk about Robert Lee, Keegan Greenwich from Hortonville. In Division 2, Zach Cerny, Matt Desart from Seymour, and Lucas Lambrecht from Sheboygan Falls. Jackson Fox of Wrightstown also is a winner in Division 2, Riley Delzer. And the kids from Oconto Falls, Riley Delzer and Jacob Morris, just great careers for those guys, too. Congratulations to them. Newton Samarchik from Lux Casco. And, Coleman, we talked about Austin, Isaac Nowak from Coleman. They had 11 wrestlers go to individual, and they got 1 title. They got another shot at a team for coming up next week. Should be fun. Well, hockey now has its teams for state. Green Bay Notre Dame headed to Madison in search of a state title for the boys. For the girls, Green Bay Ice Bears had a great run this year, ended in the sectional finals. Played some great hockey, though, this year, Doug, as this continues to be a sport that is gaining momentum, especially for the girls. Yeah,
I think it's developing more here. I think more south, it's a little bit more advanced, but Ice Bears, the time will come. They're a good program.
Yeah, it certainly are. And as for the boys, Notre Dame is headed to state. They ended up beating Bayport in a tough sectional final. They'll take on Superior. They had that tight sectional final against Bayport, but they did manage to pull it out and will be out there. So that should be a lot of fun. Taking on Superior, as I mentioned, on Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Gymnastics, their sectionals held yesterday as well in Manitowoc. The Oshkosh Co-op has had a great meet. They were second in sectionals. That means that they are going to be headed to state. Congratulations to them. The Sheboygan Co-op also going. They won that sectional, and so they're going to be going to state. That's taking place in the Wisconsin Rapids. So it should be a lot of fun for them. Good luck. Time now for our no problem play of the game for the weekend, though it ended up being a losing cause. Bayport goalie Nate Eminger was a stone wall for the first couple of periods against Notre Dame. And boy, against a team like Notre Dame, to only lose 2-0, number one, that's a feat in and of itself.
Yeah, it's too bad Bayport didn't have a little offense. Who knows what would have happened, but great win for Notre Dame. Great play by the goalie.
Glove, stick, and pad work earns him our Dermatology Associates play of the game, even in the losing cause. Congratulations to Bayport's goalie there. Well, don't forget, we've got much more coming up here online. As Doug, you'll have your bracketology will be out coming up tomorrow, next couple of days.
Yeah, probably pick some state champions, hopefully some from the area.
Ooh, okay.
No pressure, no pressure.
Now, the boys and girls we got going out, so that should be a lot of fun. As we mentioned, all of our coverage out there online. We've got lots of state champions. We've got highlights, got photo galleries, all those things. And Doug, Wednesday night, big night.
What's going on?
Well, it's kind of like our version of the Oscars.
Oh, okay.
Not quite. But Game Time is making its return on CW14. We will have Wednesday nights at 10 o'clock starting February 29th. It's leap year. We figure, hey, let's use the day for something.
We'll do it again when February 29th comes up.
We've got high school basketball, hockey, wrestling, gymnastics, all that coming up Wednesday nights. For the 4 weeks on Wednesday nights, everything high school, that will be on Game